Hey everybody, I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan at PQ.com.
Hey, we're going to be talking about helping automate your imaging today. Before we get into that, there's some really important information you need to know about Microsoft.
With Print Nightmare.
Yes, Print Nightmare.
So, Print Nightmare is a 0-day that came out a few days ago. They sent out the official patch, and according to the security researchers, it patched some of it.
Some of it. So it kind of did the job.
Yeah, but there is a solution for this one. If you have run the patch, there are just 3 registry keys you have to set. They're all within the Windows NT printer's point and print.
Can you guys prop this up? Because I actually have this right here. Jordan can show or talk about this. There you go.
All right, yeah, so basically if you have in the point and print registry the no warning, no elevation on install and update, both set to 0, and the restrict driver installation to administrators to 1, that will complete the secure of your system on top of the patch. I imagine at some point they'll send out a patch that actually does it all, but if you need to print and you've installed the patch, you're still not quite protected, so take a look at the registry. This is in a blog on our website about Print Nightmare that can get you to the next step to where you're completely secure.
Hey guys, be secure, please. Just get this done. It's probably good for you. So should we jump into imaging?
All right, I guess we can talk about the webcast now.
Talk about what we're here for. All right, so first things, we're not going to lay down the image, guys, because there's so many good options out there. You'll notice right here, I brought this up. We've got MDT, you've got WDS, you've got FOG. So I just pulled all these up. We've actually gone through and discussed about having that image laid down. And the reason, again, here's typical imaging, right? You build your image in, say, January. You put all the software on there that you need, right? Drivers. Push that out. And in January, that's a great image and things are perfect. But July hits and you use that image again, or your vendor sends your machines with the new image on it, and you've got 3 days of updates and reboots, and it just kind of...
You can go through and you can redo the gold image, or you can just add something to the end where your gold image is good, update it after.
There you go. So, again, we're going to do this. We suggest this. Lay down the OS, right? And you're going to lay down the drivers, okay? And then add it to Active Directory. Now the spin, I mean, again, we've got these videos we've already done on this, or these webcasts. The spin this time is, let's say you have multiple departments that need different software stacks. We'll say, like, the most important obviously is IT, right?
Number one.
And then the second would be, like accounting or HR, right?
Yeah, so when it came to we need to find departments, we had our department, the people we have to talk to when we're in trouble, and the ones that sign our check.
Yeah, okay. And I could spell those kind of.
Are there other departments in work, or did we
there are no other departments that matter. All right, so now what you're going to do this, again, you're going to lay down that OS, you're going to lay down that driver, and depending on who's getting that machine, we're going to have you drop one of these files on the not the desktop. It's on our desktop. it.txt. I know you can't really see this. They're just empty files, right? it.txt. accounting.txt, and then the final would be hr.txt. Name them after the
whatever department they're in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, I had just a brain fart there for a minute. All right, now once you get those, you've got those out there. So we had to go and drop these out on machines. Okay, you need to build a file scanner to grab those. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna build a file scanner. Obviously, go to Scan Profiles. We'll go to New, and we'll just call this the files. I like it. Don't you?
No, it works for me.
Oh, actually, yeah, I spelled files this time, not flies. That's good.
I like it. I mean, the fact that you name it, you're already one step above where I ever am.
Well, we're going to do this, files and directories. Now, we're going to look, since we dropped these in the C temp, right? C temp, I'm going to copy that because I just don't think I can type it more than once correctly, right? And you can do multiples. Again, we're looking specifically for like hr.txt, okay? We're going to look for it.txt, and then we're also going to look for accounting. And that's how we spelled it, with no vowels.
We did it.
TXT.
So this is what we named it, and it's what the PowerShell looks for. You can name these files whatever you want. You just have to modify the PowerShell part to look for those.
Let's do, now, before I finish this, let's run it, and actually, where do we need to put this? I mean, ultimately, where's the best place for this so this gets automatically caught and scanned? You know what I'm saying? Here, you follow me? Because here's the thing, right? When a new machine comes on, right, there is no scan, right? So if you stick this at the end of the standard scan, I don't have to have an additional scanner. I can just stick this specific scanner in the standard, and then when the new machine comes on, it's going to get
Okay, yeah, and then as you update, at the end we'll delete the file out of there, so it will remove out of the collection. So it'll catch every new machine, but once it's done, it won't go and re-add it.
Yeah, so I'm just going to copy. That's how you're going to do this. I am going to go add that to the standard scan profile because that's really where I want that. Okay. So again, standard. I'm going to add and the nice thing, check it out. These are all the custom scan. Whoop! I hit WMI. That's not what I needed, is it?
No, we don't want that.
All right, so here we go. We got files and directories. So that's where we're going to go. PowerShell registry and WMI scanner. Those are your customs. So again, I'm just going to drop this in here. This is a very fast scan because it's looking in a specific spot for specific files. So shouldn't add a lot of overhead when the standard scan runs.
Yep, it's only in one folder and it's not there by default. So if you add in your image, you know it's going to be there, but there's not going to be a lot to look for.
There you go. All right. Now I am going to kick that standard scan off on everybody, and then I'm going to show you how it's going to work when we add new machines, right, with the scan. While we're waiting for that to run, do we have any questions?
Yeah, why not? Let's give you one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm having issues with PDQ being able to ping or detect a PC after the MDT process. PC is online and can be seen on the network. Quick solution is to restart the PC, or if I wait a few hours, then it usually gets picked up. Any ideas how to improve this disconnect? Thank you, Jay Davis.
That sounds like a DNS type issue.
I wonder if there's a lag between, the time it gets added to the AD, it comes online and then gets added to D. I don't know.
I'm not sure because the fact that it corrects later on, like in a few hours, means it's something that is refreshing or gets there, which is why I think.
Could it be the local copy? Well, I don't know. If you ping something or you're looking for a name and it's not there.
So the first test I do is if you do a flush DNS on your console machine with the deploy product, with our products on it, does it then show up automatically when you do that, or does it still require you to restart the machine?
Yeah. More questions than anything. I think we should ask Brig next time we see him. He's like the DNS guru.
If it is the DNS, like we think we'll just run with that, there's a few options you can have where you can increase your scavenging. On our bonus content, I have a script out there that gets real aggressive with PowerShell on your scavenging, probably more aggressive than most people should be comfortable with, but you can really ramp that up. And just make sure that your DNS record, everything's clean in there. Once that gets messy, it's going to cause all kinds of problems with our products.
Interesting. All right. Now, what we're going to do to simulate a new machine coming on board, we did drop a file on Bugs Bunny, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Okay.
I hope. All right, delete. I'm going to delete this, right? So Bugs Bunny's now gone, right? So anytime you get your inventory scan, right? So you may want to, let's just talk inventory scan really quick. Or inventory, Active Directory scan to get your new machines, right? So you go to preferences, options preferences, Active Directory. Ours is set to scan once every 7 days. You may want to do this more aggressive if you're doing images, or you can just come in here and say sync now, and it will grab any of the new machines, or once a week, I guess. So I just hit sync now, so we should there. Just added Bugs Bunny. It is now doing that standard scan because there is no scan according to this, so I don't have to schedule another scan to run. It'll just pick this up when it comes online, gets added to inventory, and we should be able to see that return data. Let's go verify that we actually did drop a file on Bugs Bunny. There it is, accounting.txt.
All right.
I would have never picked Bugs Bunny as an accountant.
He always has the visor, the see-through visor that you see on accountants in the old-timey movies.
We'll have to check with Brian, see if he's got one of those visors, and we'll talk to him later. All right, so now that we've got this information, just to verify we have some information, let's do a quick report just to verify this, right? So we're going to go and do a basic report. We're going to grab the computer name. We're going to go and look for files and directories and the filter just to be sure that we actually did our job. We often have to check that we've done our job correctly, haven't we?
We can't trust ourselves.
I would never trust myself. But we're just looking for anything with a .txt that it pulled up. And we'll just run this against all computers right now to verify that we actually have some stuff to work with.
That's not good.
That is not good.
Is it supposed to be contains?
The name, file, did I grab files and directories? The name contains, there's no star. We ran into that the other day. It doesn't need a star. There's no star in that. Now it's going to run. Okay, so if you put a star in contains, it's actually going to look for the star.
Another port, we don't have any scanners that are grabbing any other files. If you have other file scanners that are grabbing something that might be a text file, then you're going to want to be a bit more specific on this. But where we know we only have the one file scanner, where we're safe to just be generic. Lazy.
All right.
I was going to go generic, but yeah, yours is fair.
Efficient? Yeah. Well, no, okay. All right, so now we know we've got some stuff out there. Now, what you do need to do is build a software stack for each. Now, just to make sure we could actually have this run, right? I've got the IT dir, because I like the dir. It's a great test, right?
It's every package we've ever built contains the dir.
The dir. We've got the HR dir, and then this one, the accounting nerd dirt. I can't even spell right.
the dirt.
Why didn't you just point that out to me earlier? Okay, the nerd dirt. Nerd dirt.
Nerd dirt.
Okay, so, and then, all right, so to build this package, right, we're going to have to, again, run this against collections. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth, huh?
No, we're good.
So let's build collections based off of the files that we found. So we're going to build a collection. We're going to call this accounting, ACCT, right? And we want all the computers that have the file where the name contains, we don't need a contains in this case, equals acct.txt. Now we do know Bugs Bunny should show up in this one because we saw it. There's Bugs, Amigo, Buddy, and Chum. So now we know the machines that are going to need that accounting stack.
4 accountants feels like too many accountants.
Do you think only four is too many? I think there should be more so they can sign more checks for me.
I don't understand what they do.
Just because you don't understand doesn't mean we don't need them. Is that it? I mean, now the nice thing is I'm duplicating these because you've all seen me type before, right? So we just made the IT. There it is. There's 5 people. Apparently, well, at least IT outnumbers accounting, right?
There we go.
And then we'll do one more, and we'll do HR. Duplicate. Now, any suggestions on how to make this any easier, Jordan, than I'm doing right now?
So with this one, we have 3 departments, so it's not that bad with the 3 of them. If you have a bunch of departments, which we assume actual companies have more than just 3, I mean, we don't know, but we'll assume. It can be a little bit crowded, so you might want to build like a collection placeholder, then have all those below it. So instead of crowding everything, you just have a departments collection to kind of combine them under one.
Yeah, okay, that does make sense. Excuse me.
Just don't have the drill down from parent set.
Yeah. All right, so now here's the thing. Unless we do something about those files, these, every time that standard scan run, are going to show up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to build the stacks for each of the different account or the different departments, right? So we'll do the IT one first. So IT, Jordan, and I'm going to let you go into this in a minute. Okay, IT is the move AD object, and he'll go through that, and that basically moves them into the right OU and removes the file, correct?
Yep.
So we'll call this the IT stack. There's no R in stack, by the way. Okay, and then we'll do the HR version, which is HR. Now this would be, again, you'd have the list of all the HR software here. I'm just doing 2 right now just for proof of concept, guys. But you would add, Chrome and
it's
some HR.
Whatever default software these departments have, this will update it based on what the image installed.
There you go.
You just have to match them up.
And then finally, we've got the nerd dirt stack. So accounting and move object. I don't know. Were you paying attention? Did I actually grab the correct stuff for all those?
I hope so.
We'll find out. All right. So I built those. About ready to.
Before we dive into the PowerShell, do we want to take a couple questions?
Well, that, and then we'll build a schedule, and then we'll let you do PowerShell, and then you can kick them off.
I like it.
All right. Question.
All right. Hey guys, will it be the cumulative update released yesterday, or will it be a new patch clearly labeled printer spooler hotfix? Going back to what we discussed at the top of the show. Thank you, Ryan E.
So if Microsoft is releasing it, they're not going to call it printer spooler or anything. It's just going to be another, like the normal hotfix.
Yeah.
We're not sure when that's going to do. We're so close to patch Tuesday at this point. My guess is it will be just included in patch Tuesday. That fix will be in there. I would be surprised if they did another add a band.
And again, if you want to, just pull that blog up, copy those lines, build your own, launch it. That's what I would do in this case, and you don't have to wait on anybody.
Yep. You want to do another question?
Let's do another question.
Hey guys, is there a way to add the new computer to inventory during a package so I can scan for a collection? Curtis J.
So
You'd have to kick off an Active Directory sync to get the new computer in, right?
is there a command line for the Active Directory sync?
Let's go find out. I've never actually considered that one.
I suppose if your Active Directory sync was very aggressive, then that's going to pull it in within a certain time frame, and then you can, within a package, put a scan step where you can do whatever scan you'd like in there and run it based off that collection.
Check it out right there, 80 sync.
80 sync. So, but that has to run against the target machine. So either you're going to have to
that's
do a
right.
remote call from the deployment, or this is just going to have to kick off on an aggressive schedule. I did not center that window. I'm
I was
sorry.
about to call that out.
Right
So was I. We all have it
Okay,
on the
so
tip of our tongues.
that 80 sync would need to run on your, you know what you could do before those kick off? You have a schedule that runs the 80 sync against the console right before.
Okay, so just two schedules, one that does on local machine where it does the 80 sync.
Yep,
But you can also set just a very aggressive 80 sync in preferences.
That's a good point.
Whatever works. So as long as 80 sync is working, it's pointed in there, you can anywhere in the package put a scan step that will update that scan, and the collections will update based on that.
That's true. Very true.
Absolutely.
All right. Do you want to build a schedule and talk PowerShell, or should I build a schedule?
You got the schedule.
I got the schedule. Lazy. So I was just trying to pass
I
that
did
off.
finish my scotch.
Got to finish your scotch. All right, that one's correct. Let's see, did I do this one correct? I did that one correct too. All right. So again, scheduling. You can do. I guess we can just one schedule per. Yeah, we need to, right? Because we got to point it at the right. I need to be in deploy to do that. So we'll start out with the IT stack, right? New schedule. Let's say we want that to run on an interval, like once an hour. We're going to say every couple hours, so this doesn't actually kick off in the middle of what we got going on here, right? 2 hours, right? Targets in this case, if this is the IT stack, right? IT, baseline, stack, whatever you want to call it. Base lum.
Close. We'll take it.
We'll take close enough. We got our IT. There it is.
I don't know why I make the jokes, because I'm going to do
Exactly.
the same thing.
Okay, stop deploying to targets once they succeed. Yeah, we could do that, but it's going to get rid of the thing, right? Anyway, we'll leave that there for now. IT baseline, do the HR baseline. Again, this is going to be pretty quick, so what are the HR baseline? I should probably just copy and paste these, right? Because they're all going to be...
Luckily, you got the I you missed in the first one added to the second one.
You
So
overcompensated.
we
though.
have the correct number of I's now.
See, look at this. You guys
Nope,
are
there's two.
now... I'm nervous now. I've done the same thing twice.
Oh, I
3
see.
times. Bing, boom, bang. Nervous, say I did something right. Don't ever do that. Goes to my head.
It's a correction. It's we're now in line.
We're in line. HR, our package is HR. Give that an okay. And then we got the accounting, right?
Yep. And there's really no difference to this other than you're pointing to the different collection,
And the different package.
different package. Yep.
Yep. So triggers again, once every couple hours. Boom, boom, boom. 2 hours and a minute.
I like it.
It is accounting, so they can wait an extra minute. And accounting. Boom. There we
did
go.
it. We
Done.
made it.
Check it out. I'm handing it over. Ready?
All right.
The magic portal.
We did it. All right.
The magic
The
portal.
magic portal.
Well, you're going to sound ridiculous if they don't have that camera view up.
That is a good point. I will. More
No, we
ridiculous
did.
than normal.
Okay.
So
All right. All right, good to go. All right, so the next step we're going to do is PowerShell. The step we add after that, what it's doing is it's basically, if it finds the file, based on the file name, it's going to move it to the appropriate OU for you and then delete the file. There's just a few steps needed to get Active Directory to work because we're sending it to a local machine, but the module for Active Directory isn't something you can just grab from a repo. It's if you have the RSet installed, that's what gives you everything you need. So what we're doing is we're taking everything we need from the RSet after the install for that module itself, and we're copying that over. So it copies that over, you can import the module, run all the 80 commands, and then when the package goes away, it removes that so they don't have access to the module anymore. And that's just step here, and looks like I put it in ctemp. We are real set on ctemp for our
yeah,
examples.
probably the worst place to put that stuff because I don't know how many of you guys just delete stuff from CTemp. I do.
It's easy for an example, but bad for standard practice.
Good point. Good point.
And so what is you're grabbing basically from the System32 folder, there's an Active Directory. You can go and you grab everything in there, and then you have to go to the WinSXS and grab these two files here, the resource management and the management, or the Active Directory management and management resources DLLs. So it's just there. So it's the System32 Windows PowerShell version 1 modules, Active Directory. You're grabbing everything from there, and you're grabbing those two specific files that are in WinSXS. It's not within the base folder. You have to go and search for it. So if you search for just the Active Directory.management, it will grab those two files. There's going to be a 32 and a 64. Grab what's appropriate.
Sounds good.
And then with this going over with the package, we can then import Active Directory and run it. Next part is we're grabbing the computer name, just so it makes it easier to move it of the local machine. And I'll be the first to admit this get child item, it lacks logic. If there's any extra TXT files in there, it's going to break this. I went super lazy on this, assuming there'd be a single file. If you're looking for something more particular, you can't just, with all these files, you might want to have what it's looking for. If it has one of these names, there's just logic you can put in there.
Yeah.
We skipped it in the name of ease and moved on. And then based on the file name, we just have a switch statement. So if it's HR, it tells you which computer it's moving to the OU. It grabs the computer and actually moves it to the HR OU and then deletes the file.
Okay.
The reason I have delete the file on each one of these instead of at the end, because there's a default where it says basically it can't find it based on the file that was found or there was no file found, and it doesn't exit 0. I didn't test if the exit 0 actually just breaks you out of the switch loop and not the end the script, but that's now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's something I should have tested.
I like it. Before we kick this off, right? Will you go in? I want to add a scan step as the final step to do a standard scan, because once we delete that file, that scan should
want it removed out of there,
so that it is automatically taken out. So you go back over and just add to scan step on IT stack and nerd dirt and HRT or excuse me,
scan.
Standard, default.
If it's a standard, we'll just specify the standard just in case you have something else for your default, because the standard is, in general,
the default.
Is a heavier scan. It looks for a lot of information. It's everything the inventory has by default. So there's a lot in there. So if you don't use that as your default, it just runs on the schedule. That's fine. But so we're going to specify just in case we've changed that.
Yep.
And do that for each one.
I'd get you building packages. I know I'd do it.
I'm nervous about running this.
Are you? Why?
It worked yesterday.
It worked yesterday, and now that I've touched it, it couldn't possibly not work.
I ran it against a single machine, so it could all go horribly wrong.
It may.
The theory is right, but the theory doesn't mean my code is right.
Well, let's go to schedules, and we'll kick off. Let's
do it. Just do it.
Let's do this. Okay, who should we do first?
We'll just do IT, I guess.
No, dude, test on accounting.
Test on accounting?
Test on accounting.
No one gets paid?
Just start that schedule.
There we go. Start schedule on...
All attached packages.
All attached packages.
Let her go. Let her fly.
All right. So one thing I did notice is the package that moves in Active Directory, it doesn't necessarily show up right away in Active Directory.
Oh, in AD? Okay.
It's because I don't specify a specific domain controller, so it's very possible our users and computers is connected to a different domain controller than what I'm running against in PowerShell. And then from there, it just has to sync, so it takes a few seconds.
Go pull up all deployments real quick. I want to see that this is actually going to our HR peoples.
Yep, it's hitting the...
Or excuse me, accounting. Did we do accounting
and
first?
It's actually doing the scan right now.
All right.
Which we actually have scan after deployment checked, so it's going to scan twice.
Well, it's going to do applications afterward.
But
we need to make sure that we're scanning the files.
So we did change our default, so we were ahead of the game.
All right, so go check inventory. We should start seeing these guys disappear. Just go look in that accounting. Yeah, 0. There it is. Wow.
All right, so that moved them all, or at least it deleted the file.
Yep.
And then let's go into HR and it moved them.
Boom.
Hey, it worked.
Don't act surprised.
Yeah.
Of course it worked.
That's how it goes.
You want to kick the other two off?
Oh, Kelly threatened if nothing works, it doesn't get paid. We're going to run the other two now?
No, let's go out on a high note.
Yeah.
It worked.
Now that I know that there's a threat.
There's a threat?
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Schedules.
I've made that.
Schedules, yeah. So we're going to... Can I run this against 2 at the same time?
Yeah, try it.
Nope.
Apparently, we can only do 1.
Does that mean my check doesn't clear?
No, because the counting was successful.
Oh, okay, all right.
that's
Then I
right.
don't care.
We're going out a third worked.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, nothing should change because it's just it's a dir and then the same PowerShell, the switch statement. The only reason it would fail is if we named the file different than what the switch statement is
Okay,
looking for.
let's be honest, man. If I spelled stuff wrong,
Yeah.
which odds are it probably might be, but okay. So really, what we're taking away from this, guys, is this, right? You're going to lay down that OS. You're going to drop the DLLs. You're going to add it to Active Directory. Set an aggressive Active Directory scan, or kick off a schedule to do an Active Directory scan. At which point that file scan should populate, right? And then you can have your schedule set fairly aggressive to go after anybody sitting in those appropriate department collections.
Yeah. If you're looking for very fast, you don't want to do the standard every time, you can set the file scan on its own and then just put that on a schedule like
Super
the standard.
aggressive, yeah.
And
I was
that-
just hoping we'd just catch them when they come on AD, because
Yep.
that's, as soon as it gets added to inventory, it's going to do that standard scan. So
Well, I'm showing all successful, so let's
let's go see. We should see.
HR, nothing.
Uh-oh,
I'm
IT.
gonna refresh
Oh,
it.
there
The
it
two of
is.
them are over there. And that's the delay I was talking about, where if I move it on one domain controller, you may see a bit of a delay. Or maybe we'll go look at, because we're still seeing two there
Well, let's go see if anybody disappeared off of
off of the inventory.
inventory. IT too. Sylvester and Tweety.
And Granny did not
Granny.
move. And those are the ones we're not seeing.
Well, let's go see if the package didn't run. So the nice thing is, obviously, we've got a way to tell if we've had some issues.
This one, they all say successful.
Successful? Hang on.
Which one didn't? You said Tweety didn't move? Okay,
Tweety, let's go look. Maybe
Open
we're just ahead of the game on that.
another window. So the move 80, we have output. Oh, it said department not known, so it didn't catch the file. And apparently I missed a T on default. Speaking
Default
of typos.
spelling.
So department not known means it made it through the switch statement, didn't find it. But didn't we just copy over the same file?
We should have.
All right, so I guess let's take a look at the file scanner for Tweety and see what happened there. We go into
Tweety.
Tweety and then just find files and directories. Well, at at.exe. That's system32. Never mind.
Yeah, dude.
I thought I'd give myself an out. I'm not seeing the file at all.
Interesting.
That means the delete step worked.
The delete step did work, and the scan worked to get rid of the thing out of there.
So
Again, this again is just kind of a baseline, guys. Obviously, with your different departments, you need to test each department. You'll notice what worked on most of these, and we've got a few that we need to go find out what happened to our file.
yeah, where we deleted the file, though, it makes it a bit difficult to track down. But I mean, the error basically said it made it through the switch and didn't find it. So must have been when we pulled it in, we grabbed something wrong somehow. But
It's possible.
it should be the same thing for all of them.
Yeah, it should.
All right. Well, it's always good to end on some failure.
And on failure?
Let's
so
just
we
take
don't
some
get paid?
questions.
Let's take questions.
Questions, see if we can't recover.
I love your plucky optimism.
Oh, and the chat says I did exe, not txt.
Yeah.
It's, we're taking the question. I'll go look at that.
Yeah, so maybe you could actually end on success. That's awesome. Hey guys, does PDQ inventory support searching collections with wildcards? If so, how does that work? Sincerely, Darian W.
Searching collections with wildcards.
So I believe by the default, and they're absolutely right, by the way, .txt it does find. So for some reason, it just didn't find the file on that one. Well, I'll rerun that
The
script
funny
later
thing,
and take a look at that.
you just run that script again. It's going to go reinstall, and maybe it'll work that time. I don't know.
All right. As far as the filter goes, I believe there's an alternate search you can do that can take more logic in the search for collections. I can't remember what the search is, though.
Put the letter E in.
E?
That didn't eliminate much, did it?
E asterisk T. Nope.
7 asterisks
Oh,
P. Do that.
here we go, because we know seven instead of
We know
guessing.
7-zip exists, right?
Yep.
No asterisk
So I
right
find it
there.
sounds up there. I can't remember. There is a keyboard short. Control F. Thank you, Colby. Thank you. There's a Control F that opens up a different search window. Maybe. It's not working for me. The side menu is the tree.
So, yeah, click on collection library. So we're
Collection
searching that,
library.
right? And then over on that
Oh,
side.
over
right
here.
there you go.
Control F. Oh, there's a filter over there. Type of filter. So then we could do the 7*P, and still nothing.
Next question. We're failing epically
I
here.
know you can use wildcards. I'm just missing. There's a different search bar you can bring up, and I haven't done it in so long I forgot how.
Yeah.
Control F only works on grids, and I'm on a tree. All right, so the tree, it doesn't work on that one, I guess, based on what Colby was saying?
Yeah.
All right, I missed that one. I thought over here maybe it
Okay,
might.
if Colby, if you can put that in the chat so that we can quit flailing on this one and move on. Should we do another question?
Yeah.
And
Well, there's a little follow-up from Darian in the
okay.
chat. It says, what's the best way to get wildcard info?
what's the best way to get wildcard info?
I'm not sure, like, what we're looking for.
Depending on what you're looking for, might give me a better idea of, send me on the right path to find that for you. But
I mean, like, what wildcard does what, or how to get the wildcards to work on the search. I guess. Can you email me? Yeah, actually, for Darian, since apparently I've done plenty of failing and we've missed this one. If you want to email support, they're way smarter than I am.
absolutely, they got us
They're
both
way
beat there.
smarter
So.
than I
Might be
am,
good
yeah.
to ask some people who know about.
Yeah, let's go to the
PDQ
intelligent
inventory.
people.
Yeah,
That one. I am sorry.
on the spot sometimes gets you, doesn't it?
Oh,
Okay, gets me all the time.
right. Can we ask a softball for me?
No, but I'll ask another question. You know what? I'm even going to take this one. So you just sit back, relax.
All right.
Hey, guys, our VPN will not allow DNS resolution from our LAN to our endpoints over the VPN. The former agent worked well for us. When will PDQ have something that will work for us? An agent that checks in with our on-prem PDQ servers would work fine for us. No cloud services needed from PDQ. Sincerely, Dan S. And Dan, we absolutely understand, how important this is for our customers, and we are actively working on a solution. I wish I had a timeline for you, but I don't. But we are aware of the need, and we're working towards solutions. There you go.
I like it.
Well, there's one answered correctly because Kelly did
All
it.
they have to do is not include us, and answers just come flying off.
Boom! I love it.
Well, with that, let's go ahead and wrap it up, guys.
So, okay, the takeaway today is not that we failed at answering questions or that we had some issues. Is there are ways to, when you're doing your imaging, once again, guys, drop that OS. Okay, drop your drivers, add it to Active Directory, do a fairly aggressive scan. Look for those files for the accounting, the different departments, so that you can actually, automatically kick off the stacks for those different departments, thus lightening your workload so that you guys can, drink at work like we do.
All right. And I guess, sorry, Darian. Hopefully support gets you squared away and you get the answers you're looking for.
Absolutely. I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan for PDQ.com.
Thanks for joining our webcast today. Congratulations, Ryan E. and Darian W., winners of PDQ swag. Send us your info at webcast@pdq.com. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you back here next week.